Many of you know about the Fort Bragg situation of the Fort Bragg soldier killing his pregnant side chick because she got pregnant. He didn't want his wife to know about it, and he didn't want to lose the benefits. This is not the first time this has happened. Military, there have been military men who cheated on their wives, had side chicks. The side chick got pregnant, and the military dude killed the side chick because he didn't want to lose his benefits, didn't want to go to jail, didn't want his reputation ruined, didn't want to lose his pay, and they end up in jail for a lot of years. Um, what I found out when doing a social experiment, I found out that you know there are women who can't understand that you know that they put themselves in situations due to their poor choices and who they choose to sleep with. Now um I had this post I made running on a couple of Facebook groups to see what was going on. How would people react? What would be their mindset? So this is how it goes. So I did an experiment posting a story about a single mom of 5 kids who ended up choosing to get pregnant by a married man who was a soldier at Fort Bragg and ended up killing her as well as his unborn that she was carrying. I told the women in a single moms group that they need to leave married men alone. And I'm talking about single moms who know that the man is married yet still pursue a relationship with him. Do you think that they understood the logic behind my words and understand that they were wrecking another woman's home by doing so? Take a look for yourself. And with that, I would show, you know, uh, I would show the screenshots of the women's comments, right? This one would say right off the rip, some of you married men need to stop stepping outside your marriage. I replied, I'm talking about single moms dating men knowing that they are married. If it don't apply, let it fly. So I said she seems hurt, because they're going to say it to you first. She says, you seem hurt as well. I guess we hurt together. I said, nope, I'm not unbothered, but I'm not the one bothered about some single moms putting themselves in danger by dating married men. And I, kicked her off. Another person, a woman, says, oh, STF. Shut the F up. Black men love justifying murder. He's in the wrong. He stepped out of his marriage and she ended up getting pregnant. I told her, did I justify the murder? I also told her to shut the F up. She wasn't messing with a married man. If she wasn't messing with a married man, she wouldn't be dead and her 5 kids orphans. Makes sense, right? I also told her that black women cannot take accountability or see that playing a hand in the situations that they put themselves in. I also said, who told her to date a married man? Who? Nobody. She knew that dude had a family, and she still chose to get pregnant by a married man. Okay. Another woman, says, you sound like a damn fool. You should have been swallowed. I told her, don't get mad because you get pregnant by a married man and now he left you to raise the seed all by yourself. Okay. It's sad. More and more you're seeing, with women that they can't take accountability. They can't see that a woman is just as accountable in these situations as men. Okay. And they can't see the fact that it takes two to agree to have an extramarital affair. Okay. No one can force you into an extramarital affair. You have to agree to it. Okay. Two can't walk together unless they agree. It's a joint party effort. There are no victims here except for the kids. Okay. The woman, what's her name again? Uh, Akila Ware. She was a willing participant. Durgan Jr. wanted to cheat. She asked her. I mean, he asked her to cheat, and she agreed to it. It's a two-party decision. It takes two. You can't cheat on your spouse by yourself. Someone has to be with you cheating. And that's what happened. Okay. And women could not fathom, okay, could not fathom the the truth that it takes two to commit an affair. And the woman is just as accountable as the man. It's sad, but a lot of you had a lot of black women that were not being able to see accountability, not able to hold this woman accountable, a fellow woman accountable. And there were a few women who said that, this woman was wrecking other women's homes, and that she was in the wrong. She was just as guilty as the man. They chose to do this. Here's what one female said: both are at fault because they chose to mess around and know they were both married. That's what I also found out. It wasn't just the fact that this was his girlfriend on the side. She was also married. They had unprotected sex. What the F did they think was going to happen? He made his bed just as she did. He was definitely wrong for killing her. Yes, I agree. He was definitely wrong for killing her. Okay. Now you have a woman here saying, how about married men stop effing people other than your wife? But here's again, they can't say the fact. There was a lot of women who were saying that men should stop sleeping around with other people's wives. And I was saying women need to stop offering themselves to have sex to these these married men who want to have sex. Okay? It's a two-party effort. Okay? How about adding women stop messing with men who they know are married, especially if they got 5 kids that need them in their lives? There, I fixed it. And she made a typical response. It was right the first time, but okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what, sad to say, this is what Kevin Samuels was talking about. A lot of these manosphere guys on YouTube are talking about, a lot of these black women, period, in this modern age, don't want to take accountability for their actions. Don't want to just say the truth. Had this woman rejected this man's advances and focused on finding a man who is not married, and that would be her husband and a stepfather to her children, she would be alive today. That is the point. But very few women came to that conclusion. Very few women came to that conclusion. Okay? Very few. A lot of women just wanted to just jump on the fact that it's the man's fault, only the man's fault. Yet the woman was a willing participant. It takes two, but they weren't getting that. They were not getting that at all, that it takes two. And a lot of women were just getting madder and just getting more ignorant by the minute, making stupid assumptions, saying that I hate women, and the classic favorite when you show facts, especially to a black woman, you must be, how do I put this? You must be part of the alphabet mafia. Okay? One woman would say, we get it. You hate women and you're part of the alphabet mafia. Okay? It's sad, but this is basically how it is. Okay. Even this one right here. Okay. It goes both ways. Men should be men and not frivolous cowards who pick bitch tendencies, roots to clean up their messes. And women should have more respect for themselves. She did nothing to deserve her life being taken away from her. Uh, she didn't. But how do I put it? You kind of put yourself in that position, messing around with a married man who's a trained killer, possibly struggles with PTSDs, all courtesy of the U.S. government. Again, even when this woman speaks, another woman speaks, she says it without really looking at the facts. Okay, she did nothing to she did nothing to deserve her life being taken from her. Some can say karma got her. Others will say that she was not protected from the devil's ploy because she was interfering in a marriage. But at the end of the day, she didn't wake up one day and say, I want to fall in love with, create a life with, and lose my life to a coward I put my trust in. We weren't them. We don't know what she was being told or shown or made to believe. Oh, please. That dude could have had fake attorney typing up fake divorce papers. We were there. No, it's not our. Oh, please. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, knock it off. I'm just gonna put it down. Oh, knock it off. They knew each other since high school. And she knew he was married. She put herself in this predicament. As did he. As did he. They both are to blame for the end results of the situation. A lot of women do hate accountability. Even when they try to admit accountability, in this situation, they want to have this little backdrop of like the woman's innocent. The woman, there are no victims here. Once you choose to have sex and mess around with someone else's spouse, you are not a victim. You're a willing participant. See, this is logic speaking here. This is just accountability. That we are to blame for our own choices. We choose to go mess around with somebody else's spouse or significant other, we are going to have to deal with consequences. I've had that in my own life. I've, you know, messed around with married women and significant others, and there was a price to pay. I don't see. This is the thing. This is a logic. This is logic here. And unfortunately is becoming very lost. Okay, that's it. All right, here's another quote from a dude. Anytime you try and mess up someone's money or family, you take the risk of getting taken out. If the wife would have taken him out for making a baby outside the marriage, chicks would be saying stuff like, he shouldn't have cheated. You roll those dice and sometimes you get a snake eyes. Exactly. You try to mess around with someone else's significant other, male or female. You are playing a dangerous game. That is just the facts of the matter. All right? That's just it. That is it. All right? This is how it is. And a lot of times, with women, and you have some beta male simps that were getting mad about it too. Oh, you trying to have that Kevin Samuels logic. The woman's always at fault. No, this is just plain logic here. Plain logic. She has 5 kids. Let me tell you, 5 kids. And she was pregnant with the 6th one. You have 5 kids. What are you doing chasing a married man? Pursuing a married man. You were in an extramarital affair with him. Don't give me that. See, the funny thing is, if the genders were flipped and the man had 5 kids, okay, and he got this woman pregnant, and she wanted to get rid of it, but he didn't, and was threatened to out her for it, and she had him killed. Men and women would say, well, you know what? He shouldn't have been messing with a married woman. That's what he gets. But since the roles are different, women want to cry, oh, you're bashing women. You're bashing black women. You're a predator. You don't know what she was going through. You don't know what he was telling her. This is the things that go on in the minds of modern women and what is spewed out of their mouth. Or you'll hear some weak, simpish man say, well, he's the man. He should have known better. It's all his fault. No. You see, the fact of the matter is he had to have a willing participant, okay? Someone who is willing to be his partner in crime in this. Can't cheat by yourself. Okay? And that's what happened. Okay? People can't accept that. He had to have a partner in crime. And that's what went down. People getting mad now and upset because it's logic. And a lot of times, women hate logic. They hate being accountable. They hate holding other women accountable sometimes. Very few can. Okay? Very few can. And if they do, they struggle with it. A lot of them struggle with it. They'll curse you out. They'll say some things that, oh, you're victim blaming. No, how could you be a victim in this when you chose to do wrong? You can't be a victim if you chose to do wrong. Okay? And this one wasn't a run-of-the-mill hood rat chick either. She was a registered nurse, 5 kids, registered nurse. She could have found somebody else to date. She could have found someone else that would take care of her and her 5 kids, or at least work together as a unit. A single dad with money and has his own family, and they would have a blended family together. But she ended up taking on a man who was married, who was a trained killer, might I add, possibly struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder, and you decide to have his baby, and that was the smartest thing to do. She could have been on plan B. See, this is the thing, and women will say, you know, talk about men being irresponsible with their bodies. But what about you? You could have been abstinent. You already had 5 kids. Why not be on the pill? Why have raw sex with a married man? Oh, now it burns now. Now it burns because you're asking logical questions. Okay? All right? And the fact of the matter is a lot of these women don't want to take accountability. Here's another. See, this is what she's saying now. It could have just been easily been his wife, as it was the side. This man was just a violent, cheating misogynist, typical in the community. Your comments prove my point as well. Infidelity from y'all is so common, you don't even see wrong in his actions. Okay, let me just put in here. What the hell are you talking about? When did I say his actions were wrong? See, this is the thing with women. This is how you know men and women are not equal in things. We are to be respected, but we're not equal. And they think with their emotions a lot of the time. Extremely, a whole lot more than men. This is why we need conversation. And us men, depending on the woman, you would have to need a lot of patience. So I'm saying this. What the hell are you talking about? When did I say it was okay for him to kill his wife? When? I'll wait. Oh, wait, I didn't. This woman chose to be with this violent, with this trained killer who probably struggles with PTSD. All right. A lot of these women are not smart too. You'll notice that a lot of these, I'll say it again. You'll notice that a lot of these women who, especially who come from the black community, hate to say it that way, they're not that smart. Because if they were, they could understand that, hey, this woman could have tried to break up my home. This woman could have tried to sleep with my man. Okay. And this one could have ended up dead. I can't feel sorry for this woman because she tried to break up my home. You had his baby. You were going to have it. I would eventually have to leave him because I'm not, I'm not going to take the disrespect. That's the thing. Most women will leave. See, this is how you know some women, their heads are not wrapped too tight and they're not smart. The liberal women, I say. The liberal black women are not that smart. Conservative black women understand there's consequences for your actions. Okay? And you don't get to choose the consequences of your actions. And you're not protected because of your gender. This is what they understand. They value and value marriage. That's what conservative women do. They conserve. Marriage is something you conserve, you preserve. Liberal women, especially liberal black women, they don't understand those things. It's not. For that they have to raise their IQ a bit. Okay. And that's just how it is. Sad to say. But a lot of women, especially in the black community, will talk feminist talking points and will still be devoid of accountability and wonder why they keep failing in relationships. That's basically what it is. And I'll say it again, you can't be a victim if you choose to do wrong. That's just it. But a lot of these women, they'll start fighting, digging their heels, and that's it. Here's another one talking nonsense. So now you're going to try and throw his military background into the mix as if that's a factor? Yes, it's a factor. Yes, it's a factor. There are plenty of military men who struggle with PTSD, plenty of military men who struggle with being sexually assaulted. See, that's another thing in the military. All right, there's a huge rape epidemic. So these are the risks you take, not only dealing with military service people in a relationship wise, but also if you try to be a side chick to a military service person. Okay? Who has a lot to lose if he's outed for cheating on his spouse. Okay, again, this is what a lot of black women don't understand. Um, yes. Oh, yes, and the fact that C-SPAN, you know, interesting fact. C-SPAN covered a couple of years ago the rape epidemic in the military and how they can't get their best and brightest of America if they fear being sexually assaulted. And many military personnel have been sexually assaulted, and they have to live with it because it's very hard to prosecute the people who victimize other servicemen. Facts. That's just it. And replying to this person, yes, considering they are trained to kill, so being a side chick to a person who is married and has a lot to lose if outed for being a cheater, if exposed for being a cheater, yes, it plays a factor. If exposed as being a cheater, yes, it's a factor. Look, just stop talking about this. You're not smart in that. I hate to say it, but some of these black women are not smart. They're not smart in this situation. And this is why they end up in, you know, baby mama ville. Because they're not smart enough to not date a married man. I hate to say it, and they usually come from the hood culture. This is what I learned from the social experiment I did in 2 or 3 groups, posting this post in 3 of them and getting the reactions. Look, just stop it already. She's not a victim. And neither is he. Both are guilty. And paying the price for their choices. You see a lot of women that are angry over it because they can't use their emotion on logic. They're getting angry, and that's why you got to think. You know, people like Kevin Samuels and many people who are logical in the manosphere, because now women are learning more and more that they can't pull the same games. They can't make reckless decisions and expect somebody to be there to be an arm to cry on. Okay. Now here's something else. Why are you seemingly unable to understand opinions that don't match yours? Because your opinions are based on feelings and not facts. Just typical feelings, no logic. No logic, no accountability whatsoever. And that's it, really, with a lot of women who can't understand that your dating choices can mean life or death. It's funny how you could say that to a man. Your dating choices can practically mean life or death. We've known this as men. We've always been told this. But when you tell a woman this, now it becomes a 3 hour C-SPAN caucus or something that that has to be explained over and over again. Like you got to explain over and over again. If you do this, this might happen to you. It's like explaining 2 plus 2 is 4, and you explain this to a woman, 2 plus 2 is 4, and they struggle to try and make it 5 or try to make it 46. No, no, no. 2 plus 2 is 4. But I really want it to be 46 or 5. No, 2 plus 2 is 4. That is all. And they get mad and they hate that authority. See, this is why you'll have a lot of women losing. And a lot of women, when this economy crashes, they're going to have a choice. Either you're going to learn what people teach you and tell you for your own good, or you're going to learn through experience. And experience is something that you may not live through, because experiences, colors of the school of experience are black and blue. But I also learned that a lot of these women want to live their life through opinions instead of facts. As men, we have to learn and live through facts. If you don't work, you will not get paid. If you do not have money, you cannot buy food to live. If you do not have food, you will die. Quite simple. For women, if I feel this, then it means it's true. Even if the facts say otherwise, I don't care. It makes me feel good. That is the world of a woman. Hate to say it that way. That is the world of a woman. Very few women actually have logic and will say, no, that is wrong. I have to go on logic. I can't have a man that's always kissing my butt. I need a man who's going to tell me when I'm wrong. After all, if I want to believe that, a woman's never accountable for her choices, then I have to be okay with the fact that she will always be a disappointment in my life. Think about this, ladies. Hmm. Think about that. You can't call out the accountability of. You can't call out and hold women accountable. Guess what? When you have daughters, guess what's scary if you have sons? You're going to be terrible mothers and terrible wives, let alone terrible girlfriends. If you cannot hold women accountable, yourself accountable, imagine what you do when you have kids. And if you are lucky to have the father of the kids there and he tries to discipline the kid, what are you going to do? You're going to screw it up. You'll get in the way. God forbid the kid ends up doing something like a Durgan Jr. or what this young lady did. Have 5 kids and then think it was a bright idea to go hook up with a married man and then have baby number 6 with a married man in the military, a trained killer who knows if he gets outed for being a cheater, he could go to jail, he could lose his benefits, a whole bunch of consequences that will come his way. Most of these military, I said it before, most of these military men kill their significant, kill their side chicks rather than be outed out. And the sad things you're seeing with, I see this with black women, okay, that a lot of them are denying accountability, denying logic, okay? They're denying that. Denying it to the grave. Here's what one woman wrote, and she has logic. This is what she said. Dirty ass bitches. I strongly believe they do this ish to hurt another sister. I don't even think it could be about the ninja. Truthfully, I think these biatches get off on feeling like they're competition or some ish, but understand that the side chick always get killed off. Like I just said, a ninja not about to lose everything, legal fees and all that. Nah, you dead, ma. You can't stop this dude from cheating. But dudes couldn't cheat if the women had morals and higher standards. Here you go, ladies. Gotta face that accountability. It's one thing not to know a dude is married, but these women be knowing and just don't care. Their karma be right around the corner waiting on them. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. It's always our fault. I have come to accept that coming from women anywhere in the world. I heard I was part of the alphabet mafia because I refused to date a wild child from the hood, but PTSD. Yo, Mike Lover, I got called part of the alphabet mafia because I basically thought with logic that if a woman who has 5 kids chooses to get, with a military man who is married, she's asking for trouble. A woman, I said it before. I did a live stream about a woman who was dating a dude on the side. She had a side dude. He was married. He was into the IT world, right? She was going through a divorce, and she had the gall and the audacity to demand her side dude to pay for her child's school tuition. Demanded it, and then threatened him that she would out him. And I said it before. Her body ended up in a garbage chute. That man lost his marriage, though. The side dude. However, he's not behind bars. He lost a couple of properties, okay, and some money, but he's not behind bars. Understand that. See, this is what these women don't understand. And this was a white woman who did this, who pulled this nonsense. Okay, this is a social experiment I did. You find a lot of women do not like accountability. They want to live on opinions. Opinions are like a butthole. Everybody has one. Sad. But I also understand it's very crucial who you date and what type of woman you get with. It's also the fact that um, a lot of people in this day and age, they really hate accountability, especially in the black community. Hate accountability. And those who have accountability understand accountability and point it out and call out the nonsense with going on within the black community and the black culture. They look upon as squares, sellouts, pick me's, you're lame, you're a square. See, this is how I know that the black community doesn't really want leaders. They want puppets. Because the building block of any cult, any ethnic group is the family. And you can't have that unless you call out the BS. That's all I got to say for now. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.